For more exclusive Goom Radio video and audio content, stay connected. Visit GoomRadio.com.
Goom Radio.
You're checking out Faux Radio, live with Schwanker.
It is indeed Faux Radio, Faux Live, weekdays 3 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here at friendsrenemies.com and GoomRadio.com. And joining us from the phone, from the road, presumably, Danny from the Audition. Dude, thanks for giving us a couple minutes of your time.
Yeah, man, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. How's your car?
Well, I don't know. It depends on what you think is good and what. The van is good. The trailer is completely axled out right now, so we're trying to figure some stuff out.
Are you actually currently stuck anywhere?
Well, no, we were stuck in Philadelphia overnight a few days ago, and we had to get the trailer towed to a local repair shop. The repair shop ordered the wrong axle, and now apparently the right axle that they need is going to take over a week to get in. But with the Audition, we're trying to figure it out. We're problem solvers. Our van and trailer break down almost every tour, so we've become accustomed to it, man.
What are you guys driving, an Edsel? What the hell part is going to take a week to get there on a trailer?
I don't know, man. I guess none of the surrounding states carry this trailer, so we gotta order it from the West Coast, I guess, and they gotta ship it by truck, man.
They're gonna have someone bring it by hand over to Philadelphia for you.
I have a suggestion. Why don't you get a new trailer?
No, because the deal is, listen, people get attached to their trailers.
I'm joking.
Am I right, Danny?
No, man. We have no emotional attachment to anything that we drive, and trust me on that.
Well, do you guys have the prototypical stinky van too?
Oh my goodness, man! I mean, the van we ride in has over 330,000 miles on it. So just imagine 5 to 8 dudes for 5 years living in a van. It's pretty wild.
Oh.
I've heard stories, feet that smell like Doritos. I mean, there's always that one guy who falls asleep before everybody else. Typically, he'll just fall asleep before everybody else, and he always gets written on, no matter what, and he never learns. He never learns to drink the Red Bull before he goes to sleep. See, he's laughing because that happens.
He's probably done it.
No, you know what? Actually, we don't do that. I think we instead of writing on each other, we write on the ceiling. The ceiling in our van is just covered with just different types of pictures from written in Sharpie, and everybody that hops in signs it. It's pretty cool, actually. We had to block some things out with black Sharpie just because they're a bit too graphic. But other than that, some of the stuff is pretty funny.
Well, I'm curious now, who has actually written, if you were to throw out a name, who has actually written someone that everyone would know?
Right now, I'm looking at Every Avenue, Whole Wheat Bread. Vinny on the Avalanche, Vinny Vegas, tons of people, man, tons of people.
That's so cool.
So eventually, when the Audition has finally retired after a long, fruitful career of being on the road and making millions of dollars, going into the museum is going to be the roof of the original van.
That's going to be absolutely impossible because we are going to burn this thing as soon as we're done with it. It's either going off a cliff or we're engulfing it in flames. One of the two.
I thought you were going to say you're going to keep driving it.
No. It's going down.
Probably the scene of many unfortunate events. The things I hear about these tour vans, some of it would make your hair turn white. I'm just saying that it's eventually, I think, the food stains and the dirty clothes.
I think we've all got a few gray hairs popping in just from this thing, man.
It sounds like it. So, you guys have some new stuff out. Your song "You Ruined This" is absolutely phenomenal. Doing great here at Faux Radio. How are you guys feeling about the song?
Oh, man, I mean, we love it. I mean, we chose it as the first single because that's what we wanted to push for people to hear, and it kind of gives a face to the album whenever you push the first single. So, we just actually released a video for it today on j14.com. So
nice.
If whoever wants to go check that boy out can do that. And we love the song, and it's getting really good feedback, and we couldn't be happier with it.
Now, you said it's kind of funny. You said that you wanted to put it out as the face. Did you guys just be like, that's the definite song that is going to be the prototypical song that is going to basically tell people the direction that we're taking with the album? And is there a plot line to it? Meaning, I'm sorry, I just totally used too many words. Basically, I outsmarted myself there. I mean, do you guys have a total plan as to what songs you're going to put out, or is there a feeling to it?
I don't know. I think the first one you put out is always kind of that's what lines up the next. If you're lucky enough to get another one, or even more lucky to get two, I think that's what lines it up. hopefully we get another one, and then we'll take into consideration what we released before, and then what we want people to hear next.
That's cool. So, but obviously you're touring right now, or you would be if the van or the trailer hadn't been busted up. How's the current tour treating you?
No, we're still touring. We have gear in other people's trailers. We have a ton of gear in our van. I'm gonna probably be doing me and Seth are gonna be doing some acoustic shows for the next few shows on the tour, just until the trailer gets back, and we'll be back in. We'll be back in a few days.
Well, that's cool, though. I like the fact that you guys are actually taking advantage, because maybe this would totally derail some other people. You're obviously making it more awkward in the van than it already is by keeping stuff in there, but you're going to be doing some acoustic stuff, which is awesome.
Yeah, I think the past 3 or 4 tours this has happened to us, so we're becoming veterans at the whole figuring everything out game.
Maybe you should just go acoustic 24/7, and then it would never happen again.
That's kind of what it feels like sometimes. I do it's just so much acoustic stuff, and it sucks too, because previous to this tour, we hadn't played Florida as a full band, I think, in 2 years, because our van kept breaking down in Atlanta for some reason. I think 3 tours it broke down in Atlanta. So
3 tours. Your trailer either hates Atlanta or Atlanta does not like the Audition.
One of the two.
No, I'm sure the shows have been fine, but the state of Atlanta in general, that's not a state.
No, that's
Again,
a city.
I'm close. I was so close. Hey, you guys want to say something instead of me being a dumbass the entire interview?
Oh, Schwenker, you do a great job at that.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I have a question. So I'm just curious, speaking of touring, what is, one of your favorite parts about being on tour, besides the smelly van?
Just being able to meet people and play our music that we have. I mean, we write albums really quickly. We love writing and we love putting albums out. So always being on tour is a good way to always be able to play new music for people and meet those people and see what they think about it and see what they like and what they don't like, and that, and just hanging out with everybody on tour. This tour especially, we've barbecued a lot just outside our trailers. We all bought some barbecues. We go to the store every day, buy some chicken, stuff like that, just to kind of kill some downtime, so we're not all so bored out of our minds.
Yeah. Food is always a good way to kill
Thank you,
time.
Shelley.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, it's kind of funny. You talked about keeping in touch with everybody. It seems like, especially with some of the bands that are starting to come up now, even though you guys have been out for a couple of years and you've been on the scene, but it seems like everyone is way more in touch with their fans these days. Are you noticing, with the immediacy of the whole Twitter thing, and everyone's putting up pictures and everyone has up to the minute statuses? Do you like that, or is there maybe a point where you're like, oh my God, I gotta calm down?
I don't really know. It's a double-edged sword, because it's good in some parts, it's bad in some ways. It's good obviously because you have such instant access to your fans and your friends and everybody that you want to share your music with. But then again, everybody in the world has instant access now. It's like bands nowadays. There's bands that have signed deals and have huge singles that have never even toured.
Yeah.
Which, I guess isn't really that big of a deal, but whatever way you look at it, it can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. We try to look at it as a good thing because, the people that like our music want to know what we're doing and want to, I guess, be friends with us and feel that camaraderie with us. So for us, I think it's a good thing, and especially since we are so open with meeting people face to face, and that's how all the bands that we tour with, I think it is a good thing for us.
So you guys, you sound very accessible and you're always available to the fans. Has there ever been an experience where it's just kind of got a little too intense or a little too in your face?
That maybe occurred in the van.
That would make the story even better.
No, everybody, I think people know their boundaries. I could probably think of something that has weirded me out, but it would take me a minute. But people know their boundaries. We know our boundaries. They know theirs. We're not, and everybody is pretty cool with keeping it kosher, I guess you could say.
Well, then I guess that's good, because we have some crazy ass fans that just listen to the show that ask Shelley what bra size, and maybe that's getting a little. Well, actually, that's me under a different name.
Well, just a couple minutes ago, we had a fan telling us about the pus running down her leg from a blister.
That was awesome.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, you don't have any of those moments in the van. I'm gonna try and see how many times I can work the van into the conversation here.
It's been quite a few so far.
So you guys are
just adding to the depression.
You guys are actually on a great tour right now. It's called the About Damn Time Tour, correct?
What's up?
So you guys are actually on a pretty interesting tour now with a lot of great bands.
Yeah, I mean, we're on tour with Providence, who are great. I'm sure you guys play them a bunch.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We talked to them not too long ago.
Ann Arbor and the Bigger Lights, man, and it's about halfway over right now, and it's been just phenomenal. It's been so much fun.
Is this it's maybe a weird question. Do you form like really tight relationships with certain types of bands, or do you always feel like at the end of a tour you've got a whole bunch of new best friends?
Sometimes and sometimes not. Sometimes there are. I think this tour is going to be one of those tours where we feel like we've just made so many good friends. I think the whole barbecue thing that I was talking about just really brings everybody together instead of just going off in your own world or in your van or in the dressing room on your computer. You know, we're all kind of outside hanging out. But there are tours, I think, especially in the winter, that are just really hard to like all hang out and have a good time. You know, so there have been tours where we've made one really good friend band, maybe two, but this tour especially has been just phenomenal in that aspect where we've just become so close with everybody, and this part is it's only halfway over.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a really good point, actually. So the rest of your tour is, it looks like, I mean, Hackensack, New Jersey, hopefully Pittsburgh, then you're heading to Ontario. You're going to be hitting the middle part, and then I think the West? Maybe, yeah. And then actually you're skipping over the pond with the Rocket Summer, and you're actually going over to England.
Yeah, we're super stoked about that.
Yeah, that's actually, have you ever done like an England tour before?
We have. We've actually been over there quite a few times. We love going over there.
Are the fans are different over there?
I was gonna say.
Yeah, the fans are different. I think that whenever an American band comes over there, they just appreciate it so much because it is a lot of work. It's really hard to get over there, and it costs a lot of money. So anytime that you show those fans that you want to be there, they really, really, really appreciate it, and they keep coming back. And if you keep coming back, they'll keep coming back.
That's awesome, man. Well, I'll tell you
what, they're not spoiled by American bands.
But we're not saying American fans are spoiled either. Let's just put that disclaimer out there right now.
I'll say it.
Oh, Danny, I'll tell you what. You can come back anytime you want, Faux Radio. Thank you so much for giving us a couple minutes of your time. It was a great interview.
Thanks, guys.
And everybody, the album is actually out now. It's in stores right now. And
Great Danger.
The Great Danger, and the single You Ruin This is doing great. Request it to every radio station, especially here at Faux Radio. Dude, thank you so much for giving us a couple minutes of your time. And hopefully next time you're trying to make it into the studio, the van or the trailer does not break down, and we can get you guys to do an acoustic performance up here.
Or
that'd be awesome, man.
I have a better idea. How about we meet you and you do it in the van?
No.
Yeah, let's not do that. let's just not.
Danny, man, we really appreciate it. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thanks, man. Take it easy.
See ya.
Bye.
For more exclusive Goom Radio video and audio content, visit goomradio.com.